Hello, welcome back to Latte Hour. Okay, so let's jump right in and talk about the presidential debate that happened not too long ago here. So, at the near end of June 2024, President Biden and Donald Trump held their first presidential debate for this election season. Not surprisingly, Biden did answer all of the questions, but he sometimes stuttered and veered off track. So, although he seems to always have had a stutter, if you look back in some of his other public appearances, and then, of course, Donald Trump hurled insults in his usual fashion. So, nothing that seemed really off there, but immediately after the debate, many analysis and many folks started to question if the president was still fit for duty. This was only surprising again because many of his previous public appearances seemed that he had the same stutter, the same demeanor, and the same tendency to veer off track. So I guess the obvious question is, why the sudden change of heart from the media and allegedly the Democrats? Is there any propaganda involved? So in order to kind of assess that, you'd have to look at some of the events that preceded the debate. In mid-June 2024, Israel's leader accused the Biden administration of withholding weapons from them. As you can imagine, this may have not been something that made certain people very happy, especially our Congress, since they have voted in support of Israel. Then in mid-June, also the U.S. entered into a 10-year security agreement with the Ukraine, who also has a rather interesting history in World War II. So now let's just kind of go on a bit of a tangent that is also concerning to most citizens and a lot of members of Congress. And that is the question of who is really running these agencies. Are they following the president, and are they following things that are voted on by Congress? And so a lot of people are questioning, are the cabinet secretaries and heads of agencies circumventing our elected congressional officials and running those agencies the way that they want? Why does the border seem to be so open? And why does there seem to be new weapons laws that have sprung up that were not, voted on or put into place by Congress? So going back to the debate, after knowing that the United States has been accused of holding funding from Israel, and knowing that a 10-year security agreement has been signed with the Ukraine, and knowing the concerns of many of who's actually running these agencies, and let's kind of now look at the response that media had almost immediately after the debate. So immediately after the debate, hosted by a top news network, reporters of the network began to report that Democrats and their senior leaders were questioning their candidate. So to sum it up, why was the media and why was the Democratic Party suddenly surprised by Biden's performance, which was similar to other previous public addresses? Why did the switch seem to flip, right? Or have we always lived in a country that was run by a shadow government that is now being challenged? And so those are some things to consider when you look at this election season. I think that we have to be really smart and know that what we see may not be the truth. And this goes for every candidate. It's just, you really have to be smart at deciding which candidate is going to be the best for you, and go off your own research and not off of just what you're being fed. I believe that's really, really, really important. So I hope you all are doing your homework on all of the candidates this election season, not just the top position on the ticket. And I hope people continue to do that in every election season hereafter, because it's really important that you know who you're voting for. And sometimes you kind of have to know that you're not just voting for a person, you're voting for an entire party and their ideals. So even though you may sometimes like a person, the party behind them and what they'll be pushing may not be something that you really like. And vice versa. You may like the party, but you might not like the person that they're putting in front of you. And so you really have to take that into consideration as well. So good luck, guys, getting all of your research done on all your candidates and making really informed votes. And that'll do it for today. So if you guys know any good resources that are really unbiased, where you can get a real look at the candidates on the ticket, not just the top positions, let us know in the comments below. And that's it for today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your latte hour, and bye now.